We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male apathy epidemic. I recently went on vacation with my family, and on this vacation, my sister and I went for a short hike, and on our way back, we were approached by two dogs snarling, growling, barking, clearly aggressive. We start making noise, screaming, yelling, carrying on, trying to draw attention. While this is happening, I glance to my left, and I realize there's a man standing on his porch. So I start looking to this man, hoping that he might step in and help. Instead, this man proceeds to shout at my sister and I, "They're not my dogs, stop yelling at me." 2 days later, I was on a walk with my dad, and I was fuming still over this interaction. He was like, "I don't understand why you're so upset about this." And I told my sister that. She said, "You're upset because that man was more outraged by two women making noise because they were fearful for their safety than he was by the possibility of witnessing them being mauled to death by dogs." So when men say, "We're natural protectors," I have to say, from what? If not rabid animals, if not other men, if not crime, then what?
Women pushed men out of everything for years, and now they're stunned that men stay out even when something goes wrong. A couple of dogs bark, and suddenly men are supposed to leap fences and risk getting bitten to prove they are protectors again. What happened to the strong, independent women who don't need men? You treat men like sheet and still expect them to die for you?
Feminism pushed this idea of like girls and boys are just as strong as each other. And then that led to people thinking girls don't need extra protection, which killed chivalry, but also killed fathers actually protecting girls. Because the problem is not like women are weak, it's that girls are vulnerable. But now we think, oh, we should all step back, let girls do what they want.
A lot of baby
respect
went
their
out
rights.
with bathwater. A lot of chivalry went out with patriarchy.
Yeah, we killed good authority. We just killed all authority. And so now you have young women like demanding that their universities protect them and demanding that the government step in, and like staring at someone becomes harassment on the tube. We degraded the authority of men they trust, good men, and hopefully like their fathers and brothers. We just said, oh, all kind of protection is patronizing and we don't need it. But then you leave girls completely vulnerable and looking coddled and loved, but actually completely unprotected.
Fathers and women spent years cheering on feminism as it stripped every form of male authority and protection out of their lives, and now they're shocked that nothing is left. They mocked chivalry, mocked fathers, mocked boundaries, then cried for institutions to step in when reality hit. They traded real protection for slogans and girl boss vibes. Now the same women who said men were oppressive want men to magically return and fix the mess.
Okay, this is the story of what happened to me today in light of all these reform protests about protecting our women and children. I finished a job interview. I'm in a great mood. I'm walking to the car park where I park my car in a Waitrose in a very, very, very lovely place in London. I'm walking there and it's busy. The car park is packed, and I go to the machine to pay. There are construction workers everywhere. There are shoppers. There are people just parking their car, and there are loads of delivery drivers. I am paying for my thing, and this lovely man comes up to me, and he's like, "Excuse me, miss, like, do you think you can help me with my parking? I don't understand it." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I can." And he's like, "Just like, you can finish paying, that's absolutely fine." I'm like, "Okay, like, thank you." So I finish paying, I walk over to the next machine, and I start helping him. I'm like, "What's your number plate?" He proceeds to touch me on my birthmark here, and I'm like, "Okay, what?" I brush it off. I'm like, "What's your number plate?" He didn't say anything, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a woman next to me, like, smiling at me, thinking this is really fucking funny to her. I'm getting tormented by this man. He then proceeds to grab me by my neck and then go with one hand, go like this on the other hand, and with both sides. I fall back. This man stinks. He then proceeds to say, "I don't actually have a car. I just wanted to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay, I have to go to work. I don't. Like, see you later." So I start walking off. I've already paid. Start walking to my car. Comes back, grabs my hair, and flings me back round. And I'm now looking at this group of men. There's maybe 12 to 15 of them, and they are standing there and I'm watching it. I'm looking at them because I need someone to step in. I need someone to help me. No, they just laugh. They are audibly laughing at me. This man is fully squeezing on me. I can barely talk. And then he finally lets go, and I walk. He's like, "I just wanted to flirt, like I haven't spoken to a woman in a long time." Fucking apparently so. I'm walking off. People are now watching because I'm like nearly about to burst into tears. This man like shouting at me. He then shows me his hand and he's like, "It smells like you. I'm never gonna wash it." And I'm like, oh my god, this man has literally just touched my entire face and neck. I'm pretty much walking to my car. I'm trying to hold back the tears. I'm looking back. He's following me to my car. Again, people are watching this entire ordeal. I'm going to say maybe about 25 people are watching this, including the 12 to 15 men, white men that are standing there. They don't fucking do anything. Protect our women, my ass. You don't give a fuck. None of them give a fuck. I walk to my car. This man is standing behind my car, so I can't reverse out. I literally can't reverse out. This man in his car next to me, he's just watching it happen. I'm in tears and I'm in heels. I literally can't drive. I can't sit there because this man's probably going to break my window in. He finally leaves, shouting stuff I don't know. I race out of that car park and I just cry. I'm in shock. This has happened and I need to go scrub my face. But fucking protect our women and children. You're not protecting shit. You stand there like the little fucking coward you are. You only don't like it when it's, when it's a brown person that does it. Well, who fucking helped me today? No one.
This is what you get in a society where men are only allowed to intervene when it's convenient for someone else. Women spent years telling men to fact off. But the second a real psycho shows up, suddenly every man in the area is expected to risk his job, freedom, and reputation on the spot. Most men aren't stepping into a situation that can turn into accusations, headlines, or police reports before anyone knows what happened. The sad part is that everyone in that car park knew the rules, and that's why nobody moved.
I do not understand how women do the same things that men might do, and that's okay. But if a man does it, he's the worst thing possible. For example, when a woman gets frustrated and they start to shout their feelings at a male, it's them trying to get their point across and be heard. If a guy does it, he's abusive and he shouldn't be shouting and he should learn how to regulate his emotions. That's just an example. That does happen. There's so many other things that happen that just are not vocalized because men are penalized for it. But when women do it, it's fine. And that's one of the main things that I want to target on here because I'm sick of it. There's equality and then there's superior. As a woman, I'm not superior, but surely there's things men have to go through that women don't have to go through. No one has it worse and no one had, it's not a competition. Life is hard for everyone. So can we stop competing with each other and just accept that and support each other, please?
Women love playing this little equality game where everything they do is expressing themselves. But the second a man does the exact same thing, he gets labeled dangerous. They can scream, cry, throw fits, melt down, and everyone around them is expected to treat it like emotional honesty or some deep moment of vulnerability. When a man reacts with even half that intensity, suddenly it's abusive, toxic, unstable, or a sign he needs therapy. The same behavior gets praised in women and punished in men, and everyone pretends not to see the difference because acknowledging it would shatter the whole equality fantasy they've been selling. Men get punished for behavior. Women excuse themselves every single day, and they're tired of pretending the standards are the same. Women want the freedom to act however they want with zero consequence, while holding men to a code of conduct that's impossible to meet. The conversation isn't about support, unity, or fairness. It's about preserving a set of double standards that benefit one side and blame the other. The moment those standards get questioned, the same people preaching equality go silent.
Feminism has definitely ruined all of that where it comes to men being men. Men step up. I don't know if you guys saw that article that there was some girl that was drowning and the guy saved her life and then he was like, she was going to sue him for touching her. Oh, he touched me without my consent. Bitch, you were under the water. You were dying. Like he literally saved your life. And she's like, well, for a brief moment, I was grateful that I was alive. This is why men don't step up because when they do the right thing, they get crucified. If you want better men, be better women because it starts with you. How you act, how you carry yourself, how you talk to them. Treat a man like a king, he'll treat you like a queen.
If you want better men, be better women. Maybe in 50 years we'll see that happening. Feminism turned heroism into a liability, and now everyone wonders why men don't step up. A guy can save a drowning woman and still get threatened with a lawsuit because she didn't consent to being rescued. That's the climate men are operating in, where doing the right thing can destroy your life. Women keep asking for better men, but they created a world where being a good man comes with punishment attached.
I just had such a scary incident happen to me on one of the trams in Melbourne, and I'm still so shaken up right now. But basically, I was on the tram, and this man got on, and he was sitting probably about 3 meters away from me. And I was very wary about him, but I also don't want to judge a book by its cover, and I try not to discriminate. So I just sat where I was, and I was keeping my eye on him. But you could just tell he was so high on something. He was just speaking to himself. And then he pulled out a full bottle of red wine and started sipping that from the bottle, and then spitting it out on the floor and making all these noises. I was keeping my eye on the situation. I also looked around and I could see there was another woman sitting behind me, and she was also feeling very uncomfortable. But then he made his way towards me and he tried to grab my phone, but I was holding on to it. So I just looked at him and I didn't say anything because I was quite scared. And then he sat down in front of me. So this is when I felt very uncomfortable, and I got up and I tried to move, but he put his leg out to block me. But I stepped over him and walked all the way to the back of the tram. And 2 other ladies that were around me also followed me towards the back of the tram. But then he started following us, and this is when I started recording, because I was like, I just never know what could happen, just in case. And there were other people on the tram as well, which made it worse. There were all these men sitting there that did nothing, which is so frustrating as well. Especially seeing a young woman like me and another young woman who feels so uncomfortable and we've got nowhere to go. Unfortunately, the tram doors weren't opening because it wasn't at a stop. I was just waiting for the next stop so I could just get out and leave the man. And then he went to the other lady and he started speaking very aggressively and he was swearing. And this is when I started shaking. And I was trying to hold this together. I didn't want to draw attention to myself. So then I tried to go down the pathway and he wouldn't let me. So I pushed past and I just went. But then he started following me again. And I was like, I need to get away from him. Then I got off the tram. It was so disgusting. He spat on me. And I felt so disgusted. Luckily, the tram doors closed and he went off. 3 other people who had also felt uncomfortable got off. The one guy gave me napkins to try and wipe down myself. And the other lady offered me wet wipes, and they were just standing by me. But it was just such a horrible experience because you're so helpless and you have no idea what this person might do. And the people around you are scared or not helping at all. I don't understand why people don't try.
She's stunned that no man stepped in, but this is the world everyone built. Men have been told for years to mind their business, keep their distance, and never involve themselves in anything that could be misread or twisted. Now, when a dangerous situation unfolds, they're not risking their freedom, their job, or an assault charge by jumping on a drugged-out stranger for someone who might turn on them the moment things get messy. Women pushed men out of every role that required presence, strength, or authority, then act betrayed when men don't put themselves on the line. Everyone on that tram was scared, but men had the most to lose. She wanted protection from strangers she spent years telling to stay away. This is the result. That's it for this video, guys. Help us grow by subscribing to the channel. Drop your thoughts down below and don't forget to leave a like as well. See you next time.